Do you remember that pink and blue eraser from elementary school? Did you always believe back then that the blue side erased pen ink, even though you never managed to accomplish that? Perhaps you've always wondered about the purpose of the hole in the stick of a lollipop. Is it some kind of flute? In today's episode, you'll discover the answers to these and other mysteries. I invite you to explore 10 things whose uses you had no idea about. Number 10. Keyboards are a part of our daily lives, and they come in various shapes and sizes: large, small, wired, wireless, and even backlit. However, there's a common feature that unites them all. And no, I'm not talking about the fact that banging on all the keys during a computer freeze accomplishes absolutely nothing. On each of them, you'll find small protrusions on the F and J keys. But what are they for? While most people, typing on a keyboard, occasionally need to glance at it and use a maximum of 6 fingers, there are specialists who employ all their fingers. These protrusions help them determine the center of the keyboard, ensuring they haven't veered off course, and guide them on where to place their index fingers during the home position. Number 9. Regardless of how many pens you've used in your life, I can bet you $1 million that whether it was your pen or borrowed from someone, you've bitten its cap at least once. But have you ever wondered why there are holes in pen caps? I've always used them for whistling. However, representatives of the company have stated that they are not designed to annoy teachers, but rather for safety. The small hole in the cap actually reduces the risk of choking caused by accidentally swallowing the cap. According to statistics, up to 100 people die each year due to choking on pen caps. Number 8. I have never understood people who choose to buy pants without pockets. Women opting for leggings prioritize comfort and the desire to emphasize their backsides, but later struggle with the problem of not having enough space to store their belongings. Nonetheless, there are pockets whose purpose is truly hard to discern. An example of this is the small pockets in jeans, located just above the standard pockets. It's practically impossible to fit even a typical student's wallet in there. So, are they there just for decoration? Well, not exactly. In the 19th century, when these pants were worn mainly by cowboys and wearing wristwatches was considered effeminate, this pocket served as a handy storage space for watches, especially those with chains. Although those times have passed, the small pockets have mostly remained for decorative purposes. Nevertheless, you can still discreetly stash something there that wouldn't be appropriate to wear on your wrist. Number 7. Now let's move on to something practical for automotive enthusiasts. Here we have a typical fuel level indicator, which features a scale from an empty tank to a full one, along with a gas pump icon with a mysterious arrow. Have you ever wondered what that arrow signifies? Well, thanks to it, you can find out on which side of the vehicle the fuel filler cap is located. This is very useful information that will save you a lot of time and stress when pulling into a gas station, especially if you don't own the car and typically borrow it. Number 6. Eating massive amounts of lollipops during childhood, one couldn't help but notice the small hole in the stick. Have you ever wondered what it was for? Or maybe you've tried blowing into it to see if it functions like a whistle? In reality, the hole in the lollipop stick serves 2 purposes. Firstly, it is designed to better secure the lollipop on the stick. When the company pours the caramelized candy onto the stick, it also hooks into the hole, making the lollipop more stable. The second purpose is similar to that of a pen cap. It aims to prevent choking in case of accidental swallowing of the stick. It's a practical application that helps ensure the safe enjoyment of the sweet taste of the lollipop. Number 5. When enjoying Tic Tacs, we typically retrieve them from the box by reaching in, extending our hand, and shaking the container. However, that's not the only option. Under the flip-top lid, you can find something that looks like a Tic Tac dispenser. Although this protrusion is intended as an additional seal for the closure, many people use it as a dispenser. Keep this in mind, and you'll never have to worry about accidentally sprinkling someone with 2, or worse, 3 extra mints when treating them with your precious Tic Tacs. Number 4. Often, we can find erasers that visually resemble a magnet. One side is red, and the other is blue. Probably, more than a few of you thought that the blue side is meant for erasing pen or fountain pen ink. There was even a legend that someone succeeded at it once. But what's the reality? While the red part is designed for erasing pencil marks on regular paper, The purpose of the blue part is to erase pencil marks on denser or thicker paper. In short, the red part erases pencil and the blue part erases paper. If you want to erase pen marks with the same ease as a pencil, I recommend going to a bookstore, asking for the largest wooden eraser, and lightly tapping yourself on the forehead with it. At least, it will be amusing. Number 3. Anyone who loves spaghetti and prepares it at home surely recognizes this spaghetti spoon. It has forked edges and a hole in the middle. Most people believe that the main purpose of this tool is to drain water while lifting the pasta. That's true. However, you should also know that there's more to it. The hole also serves to measure the pasta, and its size corresponds exactly to 1 portion of spaghetti. So, if you always struggle with preparing the right amount, because there's either too much or too little, now you know what to do. Number 2. Mainly on women's underwear or tights, on the crotch side, we can find a certain additional material. This material deceptively resembles a pocket. Some of you might think it's a secret pocket for condoms, but it's actually called a gusset. It has protective properties and is often made of double-layered fabric. It simply provides additional protection for female reproductive organs. It's also worth mentioning that even in medieval times, this part could be found under the arms or on the shoulders, serving for ventilation and loosening the tense fabric of clothing worn under armor. You see, ladies, your underwear today is almost like armor. Number 1. Many of you have probably had the opportunity to fly on an airplane, and due to the long journey, you were looking for things to occupy your time. If you ever panicked seeing that small hole in the airplane window and still believe you've cheated fate because you're still alive, you can relax. In reality, the airplane window is made up of several layers, and only one of them, the middle one, has a hole. This is to equalize the pressure between the remaining layers. I won't delve into physics to explain it more precisely, but I'll just say that the seemingly deadly hole actually ensures your safety and prevents the window from potentially cracking during uncontrolled pressure changes in the plane. And with this reassuring note, we conclude today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it, and see you in the next video.